to the Little Blue Pot, it's Jem here. Thank you for clicking on this video. I hope it finds you well. I'm going to be talking about hypomania and mania. I'm going to be talking about the signs and symptoms, the possible causes. I'll suggest a few treatments available, as well as going through some of the medications that you might be prescribed. Today's information is taken from the mind.org website. They have a PDF all about hypomania and mania, which I've taken my inspiration from today. And please share with me any comments you have in the space below about your experience of hypomania or mania, or perhaps that you know someone or in a relationship with someone that suffers and what it's like for them. The more we get a conversation going, the more likely we are to feel less alone. I think the more we are talking about mental illness, the less stigma there is around it, and I think the more understanding we have, the better we are equipped to manage our mental health problems. So what are hypomania and mania? Hypomania and mania are periods of excited behaviour that have a significant impact on your day-to-day life. Hypomania is a milder version of mania. So we've got hypomania and mania. Hypomania lasts for a short period, maybe a few days. Depending on the person, it could be different lengths of time, and mania is more severe and usually lasts for a longer period, maybe even a week or more, but again, everyone is different. They can be experienced as part of a disorder such as bipolar disorder, seasonal affective disorder, postpartum psychosis, or schizoaffective disorder. But some people find hypomania and mania enjoyable. For others, though, it is something that can be highly unpleasant and hugely distressing. Hypomania. What is hypomania? Well, hypomania lasts for a few days and is less severe than mania. It can still have a disruptive effect on your life, and people may notice a change in your mood and behaviour, but you'll usually be able to continue with your daily activities without these being too badly affected. So what are the signs and symptoms of hypomania? Well, there are two areas. There are how you might feel and how you might behave. So how might you feel? You may feel happy, euphoric, with a sense of well-being, lots of energy, sociable, racing thoughts, creative and full of ideas and plans. Feel like you could perform your tasks better and more quickly than normal. Perhaps you feel impatient, irritable, or angry. You may be highly confident with high self-esteem. You may feel attractive, flirtatious, with more sexual desire. You may feel restless, on edge, and having difficulty relaxing. Heightened senses, so colours may seem brighter, sounds louder, and things more beautiful. So that's how you might feel. How might you behave? Well, you may be more active than usual. You may be taking risks. You may be very friendly, very talkative, or writing a lot, sleeping very little, signing up for and taking part in lots of activities, taking on extra responsibilities. Perhaps you're also wearing colourful clothes or extravagant clothes. You may be making a lot of jokes, or find it hard to stay still and moving around a lot, or fidgeting. Symptoms may vary. It depends on the individual and it depends on the diagnosis. What are your symptoms? How does hypomania affect you? Are you close to someone or in a relationship with someone that has hypomania, or experiences hypomania, What's it like for them? Can you comment? Can you help anyone else? Can you shed any light in another way to the way I'm doing today? Please let me know any thoughts you have. So what is mania? So mania is more severe than hypomania. It's hypomania, not hyper. So hypo meaning a less version of it. You know what I mean? It's not as severe. So mania lasts for a week or more and has a severe impact on your ability to do your usual day-to-day activities. They often disrupt them or stop them completely. Severe mania is very serious and often needs to be treated in hospital. So the symptoms of mania include many of the symptoms of hypomania, but can also include the following. So these again are how you might feel and how you might behave. So how might you feel? Uncontrollably excited, like you can't get your words out fast enough. Racing thoughts, jumbled thoughts, like you're special, or feeling like you are special and understand things others can't. Believe that you're invincible or have special powers, or perhaps even feel like you are God. Very easily distracted and unable to concentrate. So you may also feel that you may also be a loss of insight, so not understanding that your behaviour is unusual or that it could cause problems. Delusions and paranoia, thoughts that other people don't share or understand, or you may even see things, hear things or feel things that aren't there. So this is possible signs of psychosis. There is a link between psychosis and mania. I have done a video on that. I've also done a video on videos on bipolar, seasonal affective disorder, and hopefully those will give you a bit more insight into those mental health problems. If you are interested at all in taking a look at those, I will put those in the link in the description. So how might you behave? Talking a lot very quickly to the point where others may not be able to understand or interrupt. Jumping quickly between unrelated topics or saying things that don't make sense to people. You may be being rude, angry, aggressive, or doing or saying things that are inappropriate and out of character. Losing social inhibitions or forgetting to look after yourself or forgetting to eat and drink. Misusing of drugs or alcohol, maybe even taking serious risks with your own safety, or perhaps spending money excessively and inappropriately. So what happens after this hypomanic or manic episode? Well, there is usually a crash. Your body has been at a real heightened state of experiencing many things, happy, euphoric, loads of energy, feeling more sociable, feeling like you can't sleep, feeling that you're perhaps some sort of higher being, loads and loads of different things, and that is a place that is not sustainable. So after that comes the inevitable crash. So you may feel very unhappy or ashamed about how you've behaved during your hypomanic or manic episode. You may have taken on commitments or taken on responsibilities that now feel unmanageable. You may have only a few clear memories of what happened while you were manic, or none at all. My friend who has bipolar, I've seen her during a manic state and after a manic state, and yes, she struggles to remember what's happened, and she does feel very kind of ashamed of what's happened. Not ashamed, but she feels guilty about what's been happening to her, she's been putting other people through her manic episode. Feel very tired and need a lot of rest and sleep, and if you experience hypomania and mania as part of another mental health problem such as bipolar, you may find the episode is followed by a period of depression. So what are the causes? There's no single cause that someone may become hypomanic or manic. There's usually a combination of both long-term and short-term factors which differ from person to person and different diagnosis. So possible causes of hypomania and mania include the following: high levels of stress, changes in sleep patterns or lack of sleep, the use of stimulants such as drugs or alcohol, seasonal changes. Some people may experience hypomania in the spring when the seasons change. This is linked to the seasonal affective disorder. It may be that you've had a significant change in your life, such as moving house, going through a divorce. Childbirth can also bring on the symptoms of hypomania and mania. Substance abuse, loss or a bereavement, violence or traumatic experiences, abuse, difficult life conditions such as unemployment, poverty, social deprivation or homelessness. It could be a side effect of medication, or it could be a side effect of a physical illness or a neurological condition. It could be in your family history, so perhaps someone else in your family, a family member, experiences hypomania and mania, means that you're more likely to experience the same symptoms. Brain chemistry. Now, there is some evidence to suggest that the function of the nerves in the brain could play a role, although this has not been proven. Interesting. If anyone else knows about that, then please comment in the space below. What causes your hypomania and mania? Do you have specific triggers that cause it? Please share with me in the comments below. So what treatments can help? Well, there's many that I'm going to suggest, but there's going to be lots out there that I'm not going to be listing, but I'm just going to give you kind of some of the main ones that I've taken from the Mind website. Cognitive behavioural therapy, or CBT. I personally think this should be taught in schools because it teaches you life skills, and some of the things that you will learn in CBT can be applied to the experience of hypomania and mania. Mindfulness based cognitive therapy, using mindfulness to learn ways to cope. Psychoeducational therapy, so learning coping strategies. Interpersonal therapy, so this looks at any problems you have in communicating or interacting with other people or family. Family focused therapy, this works at looking at the family to look at behavioural traits, identify risks and build communication and problem solving. So there's some of the things that you might be offered. I've done videos on most of those. I've done one on CBT, I've done one on mindfulness. Please check those out as they may be of use. So what are the medications available? Well, you could be given antipsychotics which help to manage the symptoms of mania. The names of these include olanzapine, which is also called Zyprexa. There's quetiapine, which is also called Seroquel, risperidone, which is also called Risperdal, and those are some of the main ones that you might be given. There's also mood stabilizers if you experience hypomania and mania as part of a mood disorder. You may also be offered mood stabilizers to keep you stable, to stop you from going up to those highs or going crashing down to those extreme lows. I mean, that's an example from bipolar, but which is my main understanding of mania because of my close friend that has it, and I've learned a lot from her. She taught me a lot, and my understanding has greatly increased because of knowing someone who has it. But I'm not coming here from a voice of authority because I don't suffer from mania. I have had experiences of hypomania in the past, but it's not something I have to deal with on a regular basis. I probably already said that. So mood stabilizers, what are the names that you may be given? There's lithium, which is one of the main ones, and this is something that my friend takes to manage her bipolar. But this is also called, and apologies if I get these names, if I say these names incorrectly, Camcolit, Lisconum or Pyridel are the three different names that lithium can be called. There's also another type of mood stabilizer called valproate semisodium, and that's also referred to as Depakote. And finally there's lamotrigine, which is called Lamictal, and I personally take lamotrigine to manage my unstable moods, which happens because of my personality disorder. So I know what it's like to take those. I have also taken two of the antipsychotics listed. I've taken quetiapine and risperidone, so I know about those medications. I have done a video on medications. Please check those out as well. I want to say a quick thank you to Oliver Locke for the suggestion for this video. Oliver Locke on YouTube and on Instagram. Thank you so much for this suggestion. I hope it's helped. I hope some of the symptoms have, I hope me explain the symptoms has been useful, and I hope that listing some of the possible medications has been useful. And I hope that overall this video has just given everyone a bit more of an understanding and a bit more of an explanation into what hypomania and mania are and how they impact on our day-to-day life. Thanks for watching. Please put any comments you have in the space below. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Take care.